Okay guys, we're here at the dock under some forbidding skies. Rain coming in from the north. Might miss us, might be, I mean, if you look at the boats, wind is kind of coming straight south. So maybe it'll come hit us. So we're working on getting the sail out and the mast down. Then the spinnaker halyard, the main halyard up there, masthead. We'll keep you posted. Just a quick rant. I like to talk about how people whine about Minnesota weather, but just wait until June. It'll be perfect in June. It is currently 61 and windy on June 16th. Just absolutely crazy that it is this cold. It is 20 degrees lower than the average high for today. But okay, I digress from the real source of my frustration. We have tried to bring this mast down onto this mast crutch, and it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel safe, so we stopped. I think we're gonna come at it again next time, maybe using the block and pulley system that's in the main sheet, maybe attaching it to one of these cleats. But right now we're just running out of daylight. So we're taking a look at the electrical systems on this boat, which are messed up. Well, maybe they're not messed up. We're going to find that out. And so that's the update. We were not able to do any of the cool stuff I wanted to do with the masthead, specifically mounting the spinnaker and going for a sail. However, we have probably 25 minutes of pre-work done for the next time we're out here. Boom is off, etc. And we're gonna come back here, maybe with a winch attached to this, maybe with, maybe just with the main sheet block and pulley, and we are going to safely lower the main mast down. Okay guys, we're back at the boat. It's a beautiful evening. Are we sailing? No. We are working again on getting the mast down so that we can put the main halyard back in and add a spinnaker halyard. Currently attempting to find the simplest way to take down the mast. John, is it when it's done like that with 4 strands, 5, does that mean it's 4-to-1 advantage?
It's just more.
Yeah, okay, it's more advantage, great. So currently we're using this block and pulley system, which is normally used as the boom vang, and John's attaching that to the forestay, and then we will kind of attaching it to the forestay. He's attaching it to the forestay chain plate, I believe that's what that piece is called.
Right.
And then we attach the forestay to that once we release the forestay, and then I think one mistake we made last time was I stood underneath the mast. I think we're not going to do that this time under any circumstances. We will stand next to the mast if we can and walk the mast down onto the mast crutch. So it is 6:29 p.m. We have more than 2 hours of daylight to get this right. Wish us luck. All right guys, as you can see, we successfully got the mast down without a gin pull, just using the pulley. It wasn't too bad. Certainly be more pulling weight on the way up, but you know, it didn't feel the most stable, but we got it down. Now, the problem is we realized that to get the main sheet down inside the main halyard, to get the main halyard down inside the mast, which is what you need to do, and then it comes out of that hole right there. We need some way of getting the rope through the mast down to there, and it's not at all clear how we're going to do that. So we'll check in again soon. Okay, my very knowledgeable crew just said we have a Cooper's hawk being chased around by a bunch of blue jays. Cool. And in other news, the main halyard is now pulled over the masthead again. So now while the masthead is loose, we're gonna try to do something about the spinnaker halyard here, and God is with us. Okay, it's race day. So this is so exciting for us, for the three of us on the boat, because at this point, it's been, you know, at least 3 weeks since I've sailed, and these guys on the boat have been really helping me get the boat do what we needed to do after I made the mistakes that led to us dropping the jib halyard in early June. And then these guys amazingly helping me get that back together, adding the spinnaker halyard. You might see some footage of us today dealing. You might see the spinnaker bag, but you won't see us trying to rig the spinnaker because we did that off camera after the GoPro battery died, and it did not work very well. So coming back to that, but here we are. We were about 2 minutes late to the start of the first race. So you may think we must have lost. Well, actually we didn't, because of the handicap. We actually came in second to last. So there was a boat that started before us, but that when you look at the actual, and crossed the finish line before us, but when you look at the corrected time, we beat them on corrected time because ours is a slower boat. So the idea is that, you know, pound for pound, measure for measure, supposedly we sailed better than they did because we sailed the course in such and such a time, and they sailed the course in such and such a time, but their boat is faster than ours, so we were getting more out of our boat than they were getting out of their boat. The second race, which we did not get on camera, we beat two boats, one outright and one on corrected time. So we were in the fleet of 8, I think, or no, 7. We were fourth. We were fourth of 6 in our fleet, and then there was 5 other boats that were racing in the one design fleet. So it was a beautiful race day. The wind did kind of shut down on us. It was gusty throughout the day, and you can see that here. You know, we are not going too quickly. I would really like to. I'm going to speed this up, actually, the part that you're watching right now. So enjoy that. I'm speeding that up because I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to not post this footage. Well, there's a bunch of it that I am not posting, but I don't want to have it last so long that it just becomes tedious to watch. I think I have this coming up to the part where we are, where we're rounding the first mark finally. Okay, so now we're coming up to the first mark, finally. And we had to make at least one extra maneuver to get there, which really shows you how slow we were sailing. Just, tacking is about angles. It's about what angle can you sail relative to the wind. It's about zigzagging upwind towards this this triangle-shaped thing, trapezoid, isosceles, whatever the heck it's called. Okay, and now we finally rounded the upwind mark, and you can see boats in the distance. And frankly, I do find downwind sailing a little bit boring, and so I have sped that up for you. And now we are trying different things. John's working on the spinnaker. We just are not making a ton of progress. I mean, we're doing what we need to do, and it probably looks a lot faster than it is, frankly. Yeah. So this was good. This was good racing. And then finally, we're coming to the end of the race here. So this is speeding up, and then what I'll show you at we tacked, and then so this is our last attack. That green buoy was not one of ours. It was for the other yacht club that was racing. So now this is our final leg before we cross the finish line. And you see smiles on our faces when we do in fact cross the finish line, and that was such a great feeling. And so that was an amazing long day of racing. I got to the landing at 10:30 in the morning. We were racing until 2:30. 2:25. It was off the boat by, I think, 3:40 because we were messing around afterwards. But man, was it a beautiful day. The boat was really, sailing as slow. We learned a lot. We're learning so much every time we get out there. It's like learning to drive a little bit. Every time you go out, you're just getting a ton of information and you're processing that. And then as you learn to do better, you are, the pace of learning slows. But overall, amazing race, and we're excited to get back out there as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys.